Automation has become a key value driver in the back office, front office, and every office. Adding intelligence to bots has increased the scope and breadth of what you can automate. My name is Avi Bhaktani, and today my colleague Bruno Selva and I will show you some best practices and real-world demonstrations of adding AI to your automation so your bots today can become the intelligent digital workers of the future. The complexity of business processes today consumes valuable cycles from most of the business professionals. Organizations are automating manual business processes at record pace to ensure that professionals like yourself are spending more time doing value-added tasks and less time in repetitive, mundane work. Artificial intelligence technologies, as many of us already know, are shaping our day-to-day lives with voice assistants, weather forecasts, shopping recommendations, and others. But AI is now finding a way to unlock more value in business process automation than ever before. Here's how AI adds benefits to automation in business processes. AI can help with the reading and processing of data, similar to how humans do it. This data can be in a database or a spreadsheet or in business documents, emails, images, voice, or text. AI can also analyze this data and provide insights. These insights can be used to create reports, or they can be cognitive, such as understanding the sentiment or meaning of an email or a request in a chat. They can even use to find failures in a system, detect it, and optimize it. AI can also help mimic human-like decision-making. AI models can help in predicting risk or detect fraud, a role that is mostly performed by humans today. So basically, when you add AI to an existing business process automation, it enables these bots to get smarter and allows more of the business processes to be automated. But let's look at the evolution of intelligent automation. Remember, the ultimate goal of AI is to replicate and mimic human behavior. With intelligent automation, we share that vision, and we will show you how to achieve it. Let's start with that first phase. Process-based automation is what started this journey. Today's automation landscape has organizations starting to scale their early digital transformation initiatives. Some have achieved transformations faster than others, with the goal, again, of making business professionals spend less time on non-quality work and more time on value-added work. The next phase of the journey involved bots that could mimic human intelligence and learn from human behavior. Reading and processing of data from complex documents or images is an example of the improved intelligence of these process bots. Using technologies like natural language processing or NLP, bots can understand sentiments and context of human language. Also, by learning from human-in-the-loop corrections, bots can improve over time, thereby increasing the productivity of an entire process. The final frontier in this vision is that bots can mimic human decision-making and predict outcomes. Examples of this is when AI-powered bots can predict fraud, detect anomalies, and analyze risks. AI models pre-bid with millions of data sets and outcomes can be augmented to bots so they can get closer to replicating human behavior. If you look at the landscape of automation today, here's where organizations are. Most of them are automating tasks and accelerating digital transformation, which are process-based. Some of them have started to add AI to understand and process documents. And a very few are on that starting to explore the last phase and the last piece of that puzzle in this journey. As we have seen, adding intelligence increases your opportunities for automation. This means that for intelligent automation to be successful, AI must be added to every stage of a process lifecycle, from discover to capture to automate and optimize. Integrating AI across the cycle enables organizations to scale dramatically, and it unlocks the value at each and every phase of the automation journey to create a virtual cycle of making your automations successful. All right, so we showed you how AI is making bots smarter. Here are the AI technologies that are applied at various stages of their automation journey. RPA combined with machine learning, computer vision, object detection, natural language processing, deep learning, and others are being augmented to make bots smarter at each of these phases. At Automation Anywhere, our vision is to embed these technologies for our users so that you don't have to become system experts or technical experts in AI. How do we do it? We start with RPA. RPA is fundamental to our platform. With IQBot, we integrate AI to allow business users to extract data from documents. We use AI Sense to understand user interfaces like humans do and adapt to changes. With Discovery Bot, we can automatically discover processes and auto-create bots. And with a robust AI framework, we can build and add AI skills such as those in conversational UIs, data science models, and many others, with a very simple ease of use. AI is core to what we do, and it's integrated in our platform and built on our industry-leading web-based cloud-native architecture. Now that you understand the benefits of artificial intelligence, let's see how we apply it to our business process. First, we're going to show you how you can use AI in a business-friendly way for extracting data out of documents. Then we'll show you how our AI framework allows you to build and consume AI skills to augment your automation. Finally, we apply AI to process optimizations and show you the role of AI in finding the best processes to automate. Again, our goal is to make the consumption of AI very easy for every user out there. And we're going to show you how we're going to achieve that. Let's talk about documents. Documents are everywhere. Businesses are creating data at a very high rate today, and that is only going to increase as we head into the future, especially in enterprises. Gartner estimates that 80% of the data is dark data, which is also sometimes known as unstructured data. It's a data that's locked in emails, texts, PDFs, and scanned documents. AI technologies can capture, they can classify, and extract hidden data from these unstructured sources. This is how we do it. IQBot, our intelligent document processing solution, is already leading the industry and is helping thousands of organizations read and process data from business documents as part of their automations. Here's how. IQBot uses AI technology such as computer vision, NLP, machine learning, and others to automatically process business documents and convert unstructured data to structured format. IQBot provides a simple, easy-to-use interface that is built from the ground up for the business users. Users can start with a prepackaged use case or create custom ones depending on their business need and use cases. IQBot already starts with high accuracy rates and straight-through processing for many of the business processes. But using human-in-the-loop feedback, the straight-through processing, or STP, actually improves over time, creating one of the biggest differentiators for IQBot from the rest of the industry. Though IQBot makes it easier for business users, it is also very powerful for developers. You can use custom logic using Python, and you have the ability with that to customize your extractions and make them better and improve them. Moreover, IQBot is web-based and cloud-native, meaning business users do not have to deal with the need to start and get up and running quickly. Simply log in, click, and go. As I mentioned, IQBot is already integrated with some of the leading organizations in the world and is used in driving intelligent automation solutions, many of the businesses, thereby freeing up business professionals from reading and processing documents. Now let me introduce you to our new IQBot capability. With its new auto extraction capabilities, IQBot further simplifies the extraction of data using pre-trained AI models. These models are trained for many of the business use cases, so you can start extracting valuable data from your business documents out of the box and on day one. Let's see how this works by taking one of the most common examples in organizations worldwide. In finance and accounting, invoice processing is one of the most time-consuming and error-prone use cases. Let's see how we can automate an invoice processing use case with IQBot. Here's what an automated process workflow looks like. Invoices are automatically downloaded to a common repository by an email download bot. These documents that come in, especially invoices, are often multi-page, and they come in a different variety of vendor formats. First, these invoices are enhanced through some kind of pre-processing. Remember, all the technologies that I show you on the screen are pre-integrated in IQBot, so you don't have to integrate them yourselves. With enhancements, the quality of the image documents can be increased. And it helps by improving extraction by using techniques such as noise reduction, image enhancements, and others. Next, these invoices are split into different documents and classified. For example, invoice 1 is 2 pages, and the next one is a single page one, and so on. Data from these invoices is then extracted using the state-of-the-art AI technologies. Again, these are all pre-trained AI models. You don't have to train them. They will automatically extract the information that you see on the screen. Invoice numbers, total, dates, and so many others. Once this data is extracted, the key pieces of data is extracted, the last step involves validation. Data extracted goes through another round to check and ensure that it has been extracted accurately. It can be further enhanced through Python scripts or RPA. Data that is flagged is validated and corrected by a human through a simple point and click interface. Once all these results are extracted, the data is converted into a structured format, and then it can be updated into an ERP system and approved for a payment. So I just showed you the workflow of what an automated invoice process looks like. At this point, let's look at a real live demonstration of this process. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Bruno. Bruno, why don't you take it from here?
Sure. Thank you, Avi. I think that's very helpful. So that gets the right context so we can show our demo. So this demo, I'll show how this all comes together, how we take AI and put in a bot to solve the use case. So before we start with the bot, just want to highlight the auto extraction that Avi just mentioned. If you are already familiar with the learning instances, IQBot, you need to train the learning instance. The flow you have, you start showing IQBot the document and you train IQBot how to identify that document. With auto extraction, in this example you see, the learning instance is pre-trained. Out of the box, you just say that you want to use that learning instance and IQBot can extract. So in this example here, we are using accounts payable process. The input from this process is an email. That might be any email. But at the end, what we want is to approve the invoice. So this bot will take all necessary steps and we'll use AI once necessary so the whole process can be automated. And we start with the classification of the emails. Is this email related to accounts payable? Maybe in the same account you have emails for some other purpose. So you take the IQBot will take the account payable email. We understand, is there an invoice here? Are there attachments here? So we save the attachments. And there's a second step where AI will also understand if it's an invoice, we take this to one bot. If it's a purchase order, there's another bot that needs to be triggered. And that's all automatically classified. When you send to IQBot, IQBot will understand how to extract this information. So using deep learning techniques and object detection, IQBot will look at the document as a human and will find the pieces of information that are required. It will look at the box and you see, visually identify, this box looks like an invoice number. So let me extract the number from this box. So IQBot, based on what the user wanted at the beginning, will look at the image and take the data and put in a structured format. So look at all the fields: invoice number, invoice date, invoice amount. We'll look at this in the document and we'll save a CSV with a structured data. And that makes very easy for a bot to take the data to the next step. But bots can handle structured data very well. In this case, we want to connect with SAP. So from the beginning, we know what SAP will be expecting. IQBot will send that data. So the next step, the bot will connect with SAP, will take the credentials that are security starred, open SAP, we'll get all the information that we got from this CSV, we'll compare with the information that we have in the database. Do we have a purchase order for this invoice? Is the value correct? Was the product delivered? So bots can do all of that. So once you have all this data and you match and you know that you can proceed with the process, we can add another step in the AI process. Normally, humans would review all the invoices before approval. So we also trained using custom AI models. If an invoice can be approved automatically, or if needs a human validation. With that, the bot is taking the process end to end, from the email that initially had some activity to be performed, through all those steps that bots can do. Sometimes you require human judgment, but then AI comes in, we'll make the decisions, we will use cognitive skills that are embedded in those intelligent bots. And at the end, you have the approval process. And here we see how the bot interacts with SAP. And like a human would do, the bot is taking all those steps and is completing the process. And we're talking about AI. So AI has exceptions. AI is not 100%. AI is continuously learning from a human. So if there's any exception, we also have an interface so the human can collaborate with the bot. So the human will handle exceptions and the bot can learn from it. For example, a document might not have a field, or IQBot's not confident that the field was identified. So IQBot will send to the human and the human can validate the information. So once the human looks at the data, inputs the data that was incorrect, the bot can continue with the process. In this case, invoice number was missing. The human added the information and now we continue the process. And with that data, the bot can learn. And in the next time, IQBot will know how to find the invoice number that was missing in this example.
Hey, Bruno, that was an impressive demo. Can you tell us a little more about the artificial intelligence technologies that are embedded in auto extraction?
Yeah, sure. So we combine multiple technologies over there. So deep learning is what today allows us to take millions and millions of data and train a model that the computer will know how to predict anything that we are training the computer to do. So the deep learning is the core of the technology, is the first step. We have the unsupervised classification. So the computer can separate what's A and what's B, and they automatically detect that without a human telling what to do. We also have object detection. Object detection is commonly used in all different applications, from medical device to autonomous vehicle. And that same technology we're using on IQBot. NLP is another piece, and we can go on. So IQBot uses all of that to make a simple task possible. You read the document and you extract the information.
No, that's a perfect example of what we were talking about, right? We were talking about the, how, bots are getting smarter. and AI technologies are helping them, right? So all the technologies you mentioned about deep learning, NLP, object detection, all combined to make the bot smarter. But one more question, Bruno, this is all automatic, right? I mean, fully integrated, our business users don't have to worry about this?
Yeah, exactly. So we always want to give the best and the easiest experience to business users. And with all the knowledge we got from these years that IQBot is in the market, we were able to train those models and deliver them pre-trained to those specific applications that IQBot excels at.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. So just let me do a recap. Here's what everyone saw, right? So what you saw was how easy it is for business users to extract data automatically from documents without being technical experts. How you can be up and running with really no setup time. This was an example of invoices, and you could apply this to pretty much any business use case out there that involves business documents. How easy it is to connect with AI models that can help automatically approve or reject an invoice payment based on some past historical data. Bruno touched upon that, but how easy it was to use and deploy. So what you saw was how easy an AI model can be accommodated as part of the invoice process. We want to show you how easy it is for you to build and add AI to your workflows to make your bots more intelligent. Let's see how. The Enterprise A 2019 platform provides a plug-and-play framework so that you can add AI to augment skills such as conversational UIs, data science models, predictive models, and others. You can build intelligent bots via very simple drag and drop action into the interface, it makes it very easy and business friendly. Better yet, a lot of our partners and ourselves are actually populating our bot store with all these different AI skills. You could go to our bot store, import the bot from the bot store, and you're on your way to building and deploying intelligent automation for your business process. In the earlier demo, you saw the use of the Google-based email classification to identify invoices in emails. That was one example of an AI skill. Similarly, Microsoft's anomaly detector, another example. You can use it to build AI models that can detect fraudulent invoices, for example. And there are hundreds and thousands of these models that you could build or find pre-built on our bot store. What it does, it builds more intelligence into your processes. And when you do that, these AI skills, they make your bot more robust, and it drives us to that ultimate goal of bots mimicking human behavior and decision-making. Let's look at another demonstration of how easy it is for process owners, business owners, sometimes even citizen developers to do this without the need of any specialized skills. Bruno, why don't I pass it back on to you? Please show us a demo on how easy it is to build and consume AI as part of your automation.
Thank you, Avi. Yeah, so now we saw what AI can do. We can ask the question, but how do I build that? I'm not a data scientist. How can I bring AI to something that IQBot or the bots don't know how to do? And in this example that we used in the previous demo, we want to make an approval process. All you need is historical data. And what I mean by that is an Excel file. That's it. If you have an Excel file, like I'm showing in the screen, and you need to select what you're trying to predict. So in this case, based on a lot of information about invoices and vendors, we know which invoices were approved and which invoices were not approved in the past. So this plugin command we have here, that's very simple. You just need to upload the Excel and tell, I want to use the column approval that I want to predict to train my model. And in this case, using Google AutoML, we will train a model that when you give information about invoices, this system can predict if an invoice needs to be approved or not, and with a confidence score. So if the confidence is low, you can route this to a human. So it's as simple as that. Your bot, this is a training bot. You take an Excel file, and the output of this bot is a model. And this model can be used in any other bot. So that's how simple it is to train. So Avi, let me know what you think about this demo.
Yeah, thank you, Bruno. This was great. It was quite easy. I mean, as you can tell. What other AI skills are customers integrating as part of as part of their workflows?
So chatbot is very popular because you need communication with humans, and depending on the use case, there are so many chatbots applications of it around, and we integrate with lots of them. So if you have, you need your front end to, for example, an airline application to be a chatbot, we can integrate, and that bot can trigger, the chatbot can trigger other bots to perform the backend work. We have fraud detection. We have a prediction on telecom applications. So is this data correct or not? Do we need a human to review that? So there are many applications where you can train those models, and it makes it very simple to just integrate with bots and tell the bots what to do based on that information.
No, that's perfect. I think chatbots, conversational UIs are a perfect example. We're getting to that point where bots are trying to replicate as much human activity as possible, right? And that's where you brought up the example of chatbots. Many of us use them in our day-to-day lives, and today now they're becoming a big part of the enterprise, especially in the front office, right? And we see them as a very common use case. So thank you for bringing that up. So let me do a quick recap of what you saw. You saw that business users or citizen developers can very easily train an AI model. In this case, Bruno had an Excel sheet, a bunch of data, entered into a system, connected to a model, and off we went. You can easily drag and drop AI skills for vision, conversation, data science, and many others. And this way, you can augment your AI skills so that your bots can mimic human behavior and get more intelligent with human corrections and and other AI feedback. All right, to our final pillar. Most organizations, they start their automation projects by manually discovering processes and documenting them. This could take anywhere from 60 to 80% of all their automation effort. Think about this. 60 to 80% of automation efforts are not actually spent on automation, but actually discovering the processes you want to automate. You manually review the process documentation. As many of us know, you have to interview the business user to understand the process, map out these workflows while you execute daily operations. And that requires a significant amount of resources and time. There's probably another way. AI can play a significant role in optimizing process workflows and recommending the most optimal choice for automation. Automation-Anywhere's discovery bot exponentially increases the pace and scale of automation. It uncovers new automation opportunity by identifying the more repetitive process and justifying automation opportunities with metrics like ROI. As part of the Innovation Day, we have a complete session dedicated to Discovery Bot and its benefits. So I would highly encourage you, all of you, to go check it out. But as more AI technologies are augmented with Discovery Bot, it will allow us to automatically choose and combine process recordings in a system-generated, single aggregated workflow. AI will help in the identification of common patterns, applications, duplicate paths, loops, and generate an optimal opportunity that can be converted into a bot eventually with a single click. In this example that we have seen of AP business professionals, what this team has done is they've submitted 7 different recordings to Discovery Bot. What Discovery Bot can do, the AI instead of Discovery Bot can choose recordings 1, 2, and 7 based on some pre-trained AI models as the most optimal recordings to merge and then create an AP workflow. What you're seeing is our Discovery Bot UI opportunity screen. This opportunity is automatically created using 3 recordings that you can see listed on the left side of the screen. Process analysts or subject matter experts can inspect, they can edit, and rationalize this view. They can further drill down into the details, edit the opportunity. For example, if there's a recording they want to remove, they could actually do it, something that they don't want to include, and then add additional steps to the workflow and make the system more intelligent. Once this workflow is optimized to any organization's standards, it's one single click to convert it into a bot. In summary, what you saw throughout this presentation is how OtometionAniwere's digital workforce platform enables you to integrate AI throughout your automation journey. That includes process discovery, data understanding, attended and unattended automation, and process optimization. Only OtometionAniwere's digital workforce platform can fully provide the benefits of intelligent automation in a single platform with a business-friendly ease of use. Before we wrap up, here's a real-world example of a tier 1 automotive supplier that has automated their accounts payable process. The AP team was overwhelmed, as most AP teams are, by the burdensome invoice matching process and was challenged to process exceptions on time. Manual nature of this process, as you can expect, resulted in delays and risked supplier payment delays. The Stanford financial team recognized that AP and procurement teams needed a better way to process invoices efficiently, and they turned to OtometionAniwere's intelligent automation platform. You can see the results are there for you to see. They achieved some very impressive results. 80% of their invoices were processed without human involvement. 94% of the supplier invoices were automated, and they have successfully eliminated those errors that resulted from manual execution. Stanford was just one example. Some of the biggest names in the world are realizing the benefits of intelligent automation with us. But what you'll notice is that these customers, they span different business functions, industries, and verticals inside their organization. We've shown you how you can transform the future of work today. Intelligent digital workers are smarter and perform more and more complex tasks. The key takeaways from this presentation is that you can apply intelligence to any business process. To auto-extract data, you can drag and drop your AI skills to augment your processes, and you can add intelligence across the entire automation lifecycle. What we would encourage you to do is experience this for yourself. Go to the link below, and you can log in and try out some of the use cases that we have actually shown you today. With that, Bruno and I thank you for being with us, and we look forward to engaging with you in the future.